Okay guys, so today's lesson, and this is an important one, has to do with bagworms. Bagworms are these ugly little things that grow in some evergreen trees, some arborvitae bushes, and they will kill the tree. We had a bunch of them when we were growing up on some cedar trees that we had at Lake Street, Savannah and Fabian. I'm sure you'll remember those, next to the house, and they killed them. So I've got this beautiful blue spruce that was about 3 feet tall when I bought it, and it cost about $150. And you can see it's not 2 or 3 feet anymore. Now it's about 15 feet. It's way over there. Alright, that's about 15 feet tall. Okay. And yesterday we looked in the tree and we noticed that a lot of it was getting eaten up because of bagworms. And you're wondering, what does a bagworm look like? Well, I'm glad you asked, because they're not very pretty things. Of course, you know, if you had a bag on top of you, you probably wouldn't be very pretty either, right? Okay. This is a bagworm. And normally what they do is, you see the bag? This is a bag. It's made of part of the evergreen tree. And there you see the worm coming out. Look at that. We practiced that, you know. He did that right on cue. So you see that pretty little worm right there? Isn't he pretty? Sophia, I know you love this thing. Okay. First shrimp, now bagworms. Alright. So, see this guy, they're hungry little farts. And he's looking to eat something. Well, he wants to eat the tree, but he can't because I pulled him off the tree. Alright. And they will eat your tree to death. Okay? Each of those bags. Susie! Come on, Susie! Come here. There's a male bagworm and a female bagworm. And they eat the tree, and then the male turns into a moth, and then the female stays in the bag its whole life and lays anywhere from 600 to 1,000 eggs. And how do I know this? Because Susie, yes, Susie, right there, she taught me this. Okay? So, what you have to do is, if you don't remove them, each bag will lay 1,000 eggs. And so a year later, you'll have 1,000 eggs for each bag. And since you guys are so good at multiplication, let's assume there's 100 bags, bagworms, and 100 times 1,000, that's a lot of bagworms. 100,000. Okay. And you say, well, that's impossible. How can you have 100,000 bagworms? Well, I know that's possible because I just picked 100,000 bagworms. And you think I'm kidding? It took me about 5 hours. And the proof is there. Can you see all those bagworms? You see how big that bucket is? There are worms up to about here. So, aren't they lovely little things? They're just hungry for some trees, but unfortunately these bagworms are, this is kind of the end of their bag. So, okay, well that's it. So just thought you guys should be the pros of bagworms in case someone, one of your good friends says, hey man, I want to know about bagworms. Anyone here cool and knows anything about a bagworm? And you guys can go, hey, I do, because my Uncle Weenie taught me. Okay. Alright, I know I'm getting corny, but anyways, thought you might want to know a little bit more about the country out here. Alright, well, me and my little bagworm friends. Until later, see you guys.